Welcome, everyone, to Tempe, Arizona and Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils, where Sparky and his gang have been sharpening those pitchforks in anticipation of this one. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Iowa State Cyclones. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Sun Devils will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cyclones' offense is on the field for the first time today. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
The give to the back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs.
And that pass picked off. And this defense wanted to get off the field on the opening drive, keep the offense from establishing momentum. They did better than that. They took the ball away.
Yeah, you got to set the tone, right, on defense. Early in this game on the opening drive, you're trying to kind of draw a line in the sand saying, look, this is who we are. This is what we came to do. We're going to be more physical, and we're going to take the football away. And a play like that, it just galvanizes and energizes the rest of the team.
So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense will go to work for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Sun Devils headed quickly to the line. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And the Sun Devils line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Leaves it with the back. Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, we clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no...
He's going up top. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Cyclones decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the returner will be brought down. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Coming after him. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Offense gets set for second down.
Here we go.
Here's the handoff. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. The Sun Devils want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Dances away from the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. They finally make the stop at the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The Sun Devils are flying down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Line getting set on second down.
Brings up second down.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. Pressure coming. He'll throw it. They're working that left side. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete on the right side.
All right, the offense wanted a first down there, but they got the completion, and now it sets up a 4th down situation where it's manageable. I can accomplish it, and yes, I'm going for it.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. set to go. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running back searching for a hole. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Got his man on the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
42, Spider.
Takes the handoff. It's Lee. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second.
Ready up.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Looking to throw on second down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hoffman. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Finds his big tight end. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success, putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Cyclones trying to pay off the threat on first and goal.
Clear. Clear.
Looking to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that first down play. Now giving up a negative play on second down. You better be very careful about this third down play call.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the 3 ball gives us a tie. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. Off play action. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, the offense obviously already in bad field position. The defense can smell blood in the water. Just look at the defenders pin their ears back and get after this quarterback. Wow.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of and get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that well. Good coverage.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Gets it out quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. That's not at all where he intended to go with the ball on 3rd and long, but it worked out beautifully.
And the frustrating thing, Reese, is from a defensive perspective, I want you to throw it to the running back. I don't want to take away the main targets, the ballers on the outside. You do what I want you to do, and you still make the big play, get the huge 1st down on 3rd and long.
Wants to throw on 1st down. They're bringing heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. And the pass is intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He wants to go deep. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? The quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Gainesville. They're trailing by 14 to South Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. He's looking to throw. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Comes out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hoffman. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Quickly complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Fires to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Arizona. Going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation.
And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone. He's got middle field responsibility. Just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. Dances away. Going to try to get it himself. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Bringing it back. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Arizona State! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He steps out of bounds at the 49, just short of midfield, and he almost went a really long way. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. Bringing it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked. Arizona State. In the offense, making its way onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up at different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Iowa State sending the offense back out. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too.
All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Iowa State. Reeled it in and just made the house call. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. They go to the counter. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Will they keep it on the ground again here on third down? Looking to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Black. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The give to the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line.
Man, let's not overcomplicate this. I love it. Put the QB under center. You know it's a QB sneak. Make the defensive line stop me. That hard to the goal line, it's hard to do. And the offense didn't try to get too cute. Really nice work getting the touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Ohio. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. And the Sun Devils in the hurry up.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now the play fake. They're trying to get to him. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the returner will be dragged down. Iowa State sending the offense back out. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
The give to the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They're getting this guy lathered up. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Handoff to the single back. The Cyclones will have a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
On second down, looking to throw. The short hands, it's Lee. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Cyclones come to the line with a new set of downs. Run in the red zone, it's Lee. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cyclones! And they've moved out front here on the 40. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up to add another. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Just about set to kick it away.
Iowa State 24, Arizona State 17.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Sun Devils are in the hurry-up.
And that's a first down.
Right back to the well. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Flushed out of the pocket. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
Man, that's a great example of KYP. Know your personnel. A QB that doesn't run great, trying to get outside the pocket. Nice job by the defense, applying pressure and running him down and getting the huge loss.
And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll call for the fair catch here. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. It's first down from the 37-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Looking for room, it's Lee. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Bringing it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Here's a throw downfield late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Black. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. It's on target and complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Trying to convert this 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's West. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Gets rid of it. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Grab near the marker, it's Black. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He's going to run it. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
He got it.
Well, they make the kick. They're now within a possession, but they don't have any timeouts left. So you're expecting them to come out here in an onside formation. And let's see what happens. This is going right down to the wire.
anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.